It's Carter Sports back, and today we finna talk about these USC content creators sunshine pumping and talking about I'm lying cause I'm keeping it real. Haha. So let's go. And if you've been here before, can you please hit that like, please? And boy, if you ain't subscribed, you better subscribe. Trojan family, Trojan gang. Fight on forever is in the building. The USC content creators, they mad at me, y'all. They mad. You mean? They get mad when you start keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? I done see some stuff out there people don't like when you keeping it real. They start saying you lying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy out there, like, people really have something to say. They say you can't be talking about Lincoln Riley, boy. You know what I'm saying? They say don't talk about Lincoln Riley. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. Hey, the proof is in the pudding. If you say if one player leave, 100 gonna be lining up, but ain't nobody lining up, then you lie. You know what I'm saying? If you say the NIL is cracking and it ain't cracking, then you lie, right? But they say Lincoln Riley was lied too. And if that's the case, what he told us still was a lie. But the bigger issue is if our NIL is lying and we ain't writing checks, they write checks that they can't cash, then the USC coaches gonna jump ship. Cause a coach, if a coach can't make his groceries, ain't got the money to make his groceries, he ain't gonna wanna cook. That gonna be a stand on your resume. You don't wanna go to USC, a prestigious program, and can't get it done. They gonna feel like if you a great coach, you gonna get USC rocking. So why stay at USC and stay in your record and take L's? Cause you can't compete. You can't get the roster you want to be better than a Utah or Oregon State, right? So content creators is mad about me keeping it real. You feel me? And I like Lincoln Riley. I don't want Lincoln Riley to go. I want Lincoln Riley to stay. And if Lincoln Riley was lied to by the NIL, then that's a whole bigger problem we need to worry about. That's a whole bigger problem we need to worry about, because we ain't gonna be able to keep the coaching staff together, because it's like they gonna feel like their efforts in recruiting is fruitless. Because I think if USC don't realize it now that money is more important than anything to these players, if they realize that money is the number one thing with 90% of these players, they gonna feel hopeless knowing that they coaching for a program that can't compete in that space. So it's like you in the NL West and you gotta go up against the Blue Crew, the Dodgers, $1 billion payroll. Your team payroll cap ain't even half of what that is. You ain't gonna wanna be a manager for a team to where you know what I'm saying? Cause all right, college football right now is like baseball. It ain't no salary cap. If you got more money than another school, you just got more money and you could spend it. So right now, USC is like a baseball team, like the A's or something, who can't compete in free agency. They can't get the roster they need to really compete for world championships unless they just do a great job in their farm system, right? Outside the farm system, they can't do nothing. Right? Outside the Oakland A's farm system, they really can't do too much. And certain teams, they really can't do too much if they can't just produce their homegrown talent. They can't go out and give Mike Trout $400 million. They can't sign a Shohei Ohtani and a Yamamoto and a Mookie Betts and a Freeman. Now, baseball a different sport because it's all about timing and pitching, timely pitching relievers. If you ask me, baseball's about them relievers and pitching at the end of the day, right? So being in the situation like that, you handicapped. So these coaches probably don't want to be handicapped. and get tired of that quickly. I'm pretty sure Lincoln Riley want an Alabama, Georgia type roster. I'm pretty sure Lincoln Riley, DeAnton Lynn is salivating for a stacked roster full of 5 stars and 4 stars. I don't care what y'all say. They don't want to have a Utah, Oregon State type of roster where it's a gang of 3 stars that you coached up and got them getting every ounce of them, but it just ain't enough. Utah, Oregon State is always just ain't enough to get some upsets, enough to compete. Hey, maybe enough to even win 10 games, but it don't be enough to win a national championship. So I'm pretty sure these coaches want to have that type of roster. They don't want to be handicapped. They don't want to have to coach up 3 stars, right? So I'm pretty sure that if this affect the high school recruiting, the transfer portal is one thing. But if the NIL affect the high school recruiting, then these coaches gonna be like, well, damn, USC ain't gonna be as appealing, right? We need to get our money together. We don't want the reputation to be we ain't got enough financially to compete, because then if Lincoln Riley leave, we ain't gonna be able to get another elite coach, because they ain't gonna want to come to LA with that pressure, but knowing they can't compete money wise, right? So that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is we was told the NIL was cracking, and it's not. I don't care about if somebody was gay or wrong. So what? We was told the NIL cracking, it's not. We was told one player leave 100 come, and it's not. And that's all I was saying. And people want to say I lied. People in the comments want to say you're crying, right? But majority of y'all is with me, so I do it for the majority and the fans anyway if it's the real. Now I'll go against the majority if it ain't the real, but this is the real. Lincoln Riley is a great coach, and Lincoln Riley probably gave false information, right? But at the end of the day, what we was told, it don't matter who the messenger is, that was a lie, and that was my point. That's why it said, did Lincoln Riley lie to us with question mark, question mark, question mark. But I got time today. You feel me? I got time today, and I'm finna turn up this heat on these YouTube streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna turn up the heat on these YouTube streets, because these YouTube streets is full of sunshine pumpers. Everybody got a pair of pom-poms, right? Because everybody want connections. I don't give a damn about no connections. I give a damn about speaking the truth with the fans. I give a damn about bringing that barbershop conversation, not the ESPN first take conversations. See, these YouTube content creators, they remind me, on the ones in sports, they remind me of ESPN the first take. Agendas, politically correct, sunshine pumping, kissing ass. You know what I'm saying? To get them connections or credentials, right? If I come up and I grow bigger, it's gonna be because I kept it real. I'm not here for no media passes. I'm not here for the university to love me. I'm here to love the university. And if you love somebody, you gonna tell them what's right and wrong. It's like if you have a child and that child is doing wrong, you're gonna tell them about it, right? If that child is failing, you're gonna tell them about it. Right? If you love someone, you're going to correct them. You're going to keep it real with them. Right? Because you love them. I love USC. So I'm going to keep it real with USC. Right? All right, not Lincoln Riley. Our NIL need to get it together. Our boosters, if they going to boost, they need to boost. Right? But don't sit here and act like we handicapped and it's gonna be hard to compete. Don't sit here and get mad at me because I don't want our interior defensive line thin. Don't get mad at me because I wanted some Power 5 interior defensive tackles and I was promised that we gonna be able to get those and we didn't, and I'm upset about it. That's a real fan. See, Carter Sports is a fan. I'm not a journalist trying to make connections. I'm not a journalist that's trying to sunshine pump. I'm not a dude that's trying to get no media pass. I'm keeping it real and I'm speaking for y'all. I merge my opinions with the opinions of the fans. And 80% of the fans is saying the same thing I am. But other content creators don't like that because they know you keeping it real and they sunshine pumping to get that media pass and to get connections for the players to love them in the players' mind. I like no players gotta give me no interviews. No players gotta love me. No coaches gotta love me or show me no attention. I don't care about that. I care to tell the truth. When USC was heating it up in the high school recruiting, I gave them their props. That's right. Dog work. We tearing it up. We doing our stuff. We got a top 3 class. All praises. Spring game, the defense was looking good. I gave all praises. So I'm going to keep it real positive and negative. Because that's the type of fan I am. I grew up watching media lie to me. And I hated that. I hated when the media sunshine pump. I hated when the media didn't ask the tough questions to the coaches. Right? So I'm here to get the fan voice heard. The bigger my platform is, the bigger the fan voice is gonna be. I'm here to voice the majority of y'all opinions. The other content creators, they hear the voice of opinions that's going to make whoever they talking about look in a positive light. They hear the sunshine pump for whoever they talking about, whether they right or wrong. They ain't going to keep it real and be like, they lacking. They ain't going to keep it real and be like, what happened to that 100? One that leave and 100 gonna be there. They ain't gonna ask these tough questions. They ain't, when Lincoln Riley do his next interview, they ain't gonna ask, well, Lincoln Riley, you said if one leave, would that 100 go? I guarantee you nobody is gonna ask that. I guarantee you not one. I heard Mark Koken say it, and Mark Koken get to ask Lincoln Riley questions. Let's see if he asks them. I hope he do. Cause I watching Locked In on USC. He said, what's up with that one leaving in the 100 going? I appreciated that by Mark Koken, but don't just say it on Locked on USC, Mark. Say it when you get to talk to Lincoln Riley, please. I ain't coming for you, Mark Koken. But what you said on Locked on USC, ask that to the coach. But no, they scared that that's gonna make Lincoln Riley mad and he's gonna ban them. Remember that Orange County writer? That Orange County writer had got suspended from access to USC because Lincoln Riley didn't like what he was saying. Right? So these dudes is scared enough to stand on business because they feel like Lincoln Riley, if he don't like their question, they gonna get banned like the OC guy did. You feel me? I'm not here for that. I don't need the media pass. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here for that. I'm here to keep it real on these YouTube streets. And I ain't never got to interview nobody or the coach. But I don't want to make it seem like I'm coming for Lincoln Riley, because I ain't. I feel like Lincoln Riley is a great coach. Never said he lied. I asked, did he lie? And from the information was given to us, it came out vain. One leave, 100 come in, we ain't got nobody. So I ain't gotta say that he lied. All we gotta do is, well, who came? Now that's not a lie, right? That's what he expected. He thought that one leave 100 will be lining up. That was his expectation, so that ain't a lie. But when you say NIL cracking and it ain't, that's a lie. Now that's not a lie from you, because you telling what you was told. But it's still, somebody set you up still to say lies out your mouth. So it just should be a lesson for Lincoln Riley before he say something about somebody else's business. Maybe he should do his homework. If I told Lincoln Riley, I'd have been like, oh, our NIL's up the program? Well, let me see. I'm finna find out in a minute. I'm finna schedule a visit to a kid I know I need a bag to get. I would have put it to the test immediately. So, are we up and cracking? Oh, the NIL up and cracking? All right, let me see. Let's get in a bidding war. We really cracking. Y'all gotta show me what the money where your mouth is. Gotta put the money where your mouth is. But before he tested NIL like that, he said it. Now I probably would have said it too, because I probably would have believed it, because this whole time it seemed like they been, they communicate, our NIL ain't what it is, and they came and told them, okay, our NIL, they made monstrous leaps, but we still can't compete. So it ain't Lincoln Riley's fault. I like Lincoln Riley. I respect Lincoln Riley. What he did this offseason, adding all these coaches, I respect that. And I want him to stay. I feel like he's the man for the job. But we got to get our money right. We got to get our money right. But y'all content creators, that Sunshine Pump, y'all just motivate me to work overtime. Y'all just motivate me to work overtime and get the fans, because I feel sorry for the fans. Because a lot of people look up to these content creators and believe what they say. Right? So I'm gonna put in overtime for the fans, so they ain't gotta be Sunshine Pump the whole time. Right? So I still think USC, we in position. Hopefully we get Suggs and somebody else. If we get two dudes, I feel like that could play the part. I feel like they could get coached up to where we at least decent. All we need is a dude or two to keep Bear from getting double teamed all the time, and we'll be straight. Right? But y'all content creators, we finna draw a line. We finna separate the real from the fake. We finna separate the Sunshine Pumpers from the truth tellers. We finna separate those who trying to get a media pass and keep their media pass. We about to separate. We about to separate. You know what I'm talking about? So until then, it's Carter Sports. It's USC. It's Trojan City. So let's go.